Oh shit! I forgot we was doing the show today, dog. My bad. Okay, there he goes. There you go. Run, run, run. There you go, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Savage AF is the show. We are here in the building. Y'all just saw Shang in shorts. Let's get it, y'all. It's your boy Black Pedro.
Yo, what's going on? This is Shang, and I'm sorry that I ran with my shorts on. It's just that I can't. It ain't like you saw me in my drawers. You don't see my big ass drawers, but it's just,
but you know, it's like unless you're on like a basketball court or vacation, I feel like shorts are intimate. Yeah, it's like comfort time at home. You know what I mean? But that's part of this pandemic situation is that y'all have been in our homes all this time for like a year and a half now or some shit, man. Bro, I met this dude who went to my high school at a bar. We're not gonna talk about the Michigan game this weekend, but
wait a minute, why not?
During that game, we still ranked number 7. Still
wait. We just gonna gloss over it, huh?
4-point loss, Michigan 37-33.
But you wait.
I thought it was going down, dog. I thought it was. They started off hot, man, but then, Michigan State they made the bigger plays at the end of the game. But I met a kid. He went to my high school, played football at my high school. We had the same coaches and whatnot. A few years after me, but he was like, as soon as I said Pedro, he was like, "Wait, don't you do a podcast with Shang, man? I was watching y'all all through the pandemic and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Holy shit, that's it." He's a comedian too, so he had been following. So yeah, man, that was it. My mom's still yelling "Go Blue." She's an alum, so let's go. My mom's in the building, y'all. Everybody behave.
Yeah, well, we will to a point because
except my mom won't.
Yeah, your mom go hard to paint. That's
weird. My mom is the paint.
Yeah,
my mom is the paint. She is the battleground.
Yeah, so I just I'm in a disgruntled ass mood.
Well, I can see why, brother. The world is what it is, man. All right, so let's set it up, and then we'll get into all the things. This is Savage AF, y'all. We're here Monday through Friday, live on YouTube and Facebook. Monday through Friday, typically we're on we're on Monday through Friday. Mondays and Friday, typically we're on at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday through Thursday, we are on at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Also, make sure that you check us out on all the social media platforms, including Facebook. Okay.
Facebook.
All right, so make sure you check us out. Make sure you check us out on that. Also on all the other platforms. But if you check us out on the one platform, which is actually scrolling down there, is it
YouTube.
Up or down?
It's down. It's down for everybody. Yep.
Okay,
YouTube.
So if you go to the YouTube and you do your YouTube thing, this is what you need to do when you're YouTubing. Subscribe, motherfuckers. Subscribe.
Motherfuckers say what?
Subscribe.
That's what it is.
Motherfuckers. Subscribe.
That's what it is, y'all.
That's called the subscribe dance. I don't know if y'all knew that or not.
YouTube.com/C/SavageAF World, all one word. When you go there, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you are clicking the bell for notifications so you can stay fully tapped in.
Tap. And also make sure you check us out on all the other social media platforms: iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. And ready? We're going to do this together.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man, I think the choir rehearsals are really paying off, bro.
I think that we sound good.
Yeah,
I think
that was awesome.
Also, yesterday, the reason y'all didn't see Pedro was he's doing a big movie. It's a Spielberg / Marvel / what other big Paramount / Fox
/ Valley production /
Yeah, it's going to be a big movie. So that's why
Porn Wars is what it was called.
Well, yeah, I did let people know that.
I know. I heard. My ear stays low to the ground, bro. You told him I was doing porn.
Pedro ain't here today because he got to do porn.
Niggas hit me up like, let me see.
Yeah. Pedro doing porn now? And your mom's on here. Pedro, you be the best porn star you could be.
Yeah, she's like, baby, you do that. You hit that money shot. My mom's supportive in all my creative endeavors. So
right. And I think it's always good for a mother to be supportive.
She'd be the one to hand me a bowl full of condoms. Like, baby, I just wanted you to have.
If you're gonna do the
best
porn,
and
be
safest
safe.
Time.
Yeah, but his mom ain't like that. His mom be like, hit that ass. Oh no, I'm kidding. No, we're joking, people. His mom not like that. All right, so check this out.
My mother would run up on the female porn stars like, and what school did you go to? Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like, she want to hear credentials and shit.
What if she say, well, I went to Harvard? Well, you sucked that dick, girl.
No, honestly, my mother would be like, well, my son went to Princeton. And then she'd walk off all bougie. You know what I mean? Like she went to either one. It's all good.
Speaking of walking out, make sure y'all walk over to Instagram and follow at Black Pedro, and make sure you follow at comedian Shang. Also, when you gotta do is what you do when you do what you do. If you do it, if you feel like doing it, you should do it. And if you don't do it, you're not the person I thought you were when I first met you in this relationship on this show. You are so different than before. Like and subscribe. We need the thumbs up and thumbs down, and you are
at the same damn time.
And if you don't, you know that's that bullshit.
I will say I don't think I booked that audition that I got yesterday, but today, some of y'all, if you were following me, my mother said, porn? What? I went to U of M. Now she getting state school bougie on us.
Like, what?
That's public school bourgeois. But all right. So today though, this was a milestone for me. I shot a couple of scenes in a independent pilot presentation. So I want y'all to think a nigga went network yet. Well, but I did book a role just off GP. This is my first offer for a role. Like, hey, other than like a friend that offered me a role, but like this is the first time. Like my manager sent some clip of a stand-up, and they literally on set they were like, we watched like 10 seconds and was like, that's the dude. So my first 10 seconds of comedy is hot, motherfucker. First of all,
right.
The first 10 seconds, I'm gonna light the room up. But it felt good to like just get a role. Yes, Breezy JJ's. It was in pink. If you follow me on Instagram at Black Pedro, you would have seen today that in my stories and a couple posts that we was out there in the streets, pink jumpsuited up. Mr. Cake was the name of my character. So we got that in, and we had a lot of fun today. So just looking forward to seeing the finished product on that. But felt good to work. It was my first work as an actor during the pandemic, and since the beginning of it. So that felt good, and to not have to audition, is key.
Yeah, and plus, you know what? Don't judge him for being called Mr. Cake. Okay.
Yeah. No. That was my nickname in high school.
Because if you look at it, there's a lot of people like, I was named Mr. Pink, and I was like, I don't want to be Mr. Pink. Why can't I be Mr. Pink? Why can't I be Mr. Brown? Because you're not Mr. Brown. You're Mr. Pink. But
Breezy JJ's is with you. My mother is already trying to get money back on her investment in my life.
Wow.
She's like, can I borrow some money? Yeah. Woman, the check hasn't even clicked. They haven't even Venmoed me yet.
They haven't Venmoed him yet.
God
but
damn.
Congratulations. Look, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
it. Work that. Also,
we got many pilots to sell and stuff.
Many pilots to sell.
Let's go.
Shout out to Laugh Factory Hollywood. Mad props to everybody out there. Y'all's good ass crowd. Thank y'all for coming out to the show. Chocolate Sundays, Beast Mode, Murder, Blood on the fucking floor from Laughter.
By the way, it's one of the best rooms in the world.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Absolutely.
Good night. I was on with some Leon cats that they slipped up. They know
what you was coming.
They know it was coming. They just did when it was coming, and then it came, and then they went, oh shit! It was bad. It was bad but good.
Bad meaning bad, but all right. So here's the thing, y'all. Speaking
What's
of
up, Predictable? What's up? We got some shout outs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of good rooms, Savage AF comment section is one. Nicole Aids, Breezy JJ's, Miss Averb. She is our Minister of Defense, so please don't act up in these comment sections.
Yeah,
she will
be careful up in these. Be careful up in these streets.
Pamela Knox, Miss No Slick Name, Lady Hazel May, welcome back. Mama Hernandez, mi madre, welcome back, baby.
And we had also shout out to Big Sean, who jumped on the feed yesterday and talked a lot of shit with me. He was wrong 99% of the time. No, he was on point, but
who was that?
The cat I know from back in the day, he jumped on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like Big Sean from the
yeah.
Christopher.
I was
Dean.
Raised by the wolves.
Yeah, you know, I say Christopher Dean. We see you out there. Represent for the fellas. AJ Fit,
Big Chris.
Kilos.
I said Big Sean. I said Big. It was Big Chris. Big Chris was on the show. Cool. I didn't mean to say Big Chris. It was Big Chris. He did. Cool. He did his thing. So
appreciate that. Evelyn Gatlin, I see you as well. AJ Fit. Let's go, y'all. All right, man. So thank you for coming through, Big Chris. Appreciate that, man. All right, so here we are, y'all. Savage AF. It is Tuesday, November 2nd. It's election day in some places.
I want you to make sure you emphasize this is not a good situation for the country. When you do this rundown, I know that you got to do it in order and everything, but I want you to do it in a way to let people know that this is not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you see the flow of the flow of topics today, that you know, America is kind of pretty much fucked, absolutely certain, without any doubt. But here we go, y'all. It's November 2nd, 2021. It's election day in America, not nationwide, but in a few key places. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna end today's show with the SHANGRY because we've got Shanger here among us. We are doomed. Lies win again. That is the topic. Before we get into that, Black Pedro pop in. I'm gonna be a little positive today. A little sliver of light in the darkness. But I'm gonna talk about the first black.
I was raised in the dark. You barely lived there. You wore pink today. You don't know what the darkness is really like, Mr. Cake. You'll never know. I'm gonna get you. I'm never ever letting you forget Mr. Cake.
Hey man, cake has all kind of good connotations. Lady, I got that, ladies. All right. Black Pedro popping today. We're gonna talk about the first black tour. All right. But before we get into that, Ritz on trial. You know, we got speaking code, much like they do. But Ritz are on trial. The Charlottesville very fine people are in court. That's it. Okay. But before we get into that, we do have, you know, a beloved and favorite segment of the show. Motherfuckers Say What today. We're going to talk about the return of JFK Jr.
No, you lost me on that one, but okay.
Let's get into it. But before we get into that, y'all, it is, again, Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter is our motto. I'm Black Pedro. That's comedian Shane. Y'all.
You know what? We might have to change our shit to that facts apparently don't matter.
Well, you know. Right. Facts lives matter.
I know.
FLM, nigga. We need that. All right. So, and because facts don't matter as much as they used to, America is on the verge, inia, of collapse. Get it?
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
it's on the verge.
As soon as I saw you do the head shake, I knew you was gonna go there. We're on the verge.
That's my pun head shake.
Hey, by the way, we're about to
Pedro.
We're about to take it to the face.
Yeah. All right. So
Virginia.
Today, like I mentioned,
Virginia.
All right. So both New Jersey and Virginia have gubernatorial races, but the eyes of America and maybe for those savvy enough around the world are on Virginia, which
Yes.
you have Terry McAuliffe and Roy Youngkin running against each other um, for this,
Now,
the to run the state of Virginia, one of our original 13 colonies. It borders DC, but
right.
more importantly, it is sort of the home of the Mason-Dixon line. Kind of begin on the East Coast. Virginia is the beginning of the South,
The
and
South. Yeah.
has recently gone sort of purple, trending blue. But after last year, 2020, in which Joe Biden, uh, won the state, convincingly, we're seeing this shift here.
It's not a shift.
Well, I mean, reaction, whatever, but I think that Joe Biden's win, the big lie around last year's election, the presidential election, has really fired up the Republican base to the degree in which right now, Youngkin has a 200,000 vote
No,
lead.
it's actually went down. The lead has went down. He still is in the lead.
Okay.
He's still in the lead, but the bottom line is the reason that Youngkin, basically he's a ninja version of Trump, where he's shadow fucking racist, where you don't see him. Yeah, he's basically no. But bottom line is what the number two thing that Virginians, you bag of dicks, all of you bag of dicks there. In fact, I made a sign.
We have some Virginians here. I know they
whatever.
The right
Welcome
way,
to Virginia. They are all racist cunts. I took the time to make a sign. Okay. Bottom line is their second. Yeah, Virginia is stop it. Virginia, the second thing that's most important to the fucking voters, even though they didn't know what the fuck it meant, was critical race theory. They're playing the race card down there, and these dumb fucking Democrats that won't get out there and vote, and the dumbass Republicans that actually lean Democratic now are going back over to the Republican Party with a motherfucker that flat out used a racist trope to fucking win. And I hate y'all. I ain't gonna take no gigs down there unless you'll pay me thousands and thousands. Then I might come down. But
trillions of dollars.
Other than that, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all forever. In fact, I made another sign. Fuck Virginia forever. That's your new sign.
FVF, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Pamela Knox, always a righteous voice, says Virginia is the first place I saw Confederate flags flying. I'm surprised people are surprised about their voting today. I think the surprise,
yeah.
Well, I mean, Pamela, the thing is, it was Virginia was what they call a purple state, or becoming one, right? That mix between red and blue, where counties and concentrated urban areas were really starting to influence the state towards Democrat, to the degree in which Joe Biden actually won Virginia last year, right?
By a lot.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those kind of states you wouldn't dispute unless you were on a strict diet of camel piss. But
whoa, camel piss ain't as bad as you think it is, man. I've actually had a camel run past me, splash them in my mouth when I was over in Iraq.
My mouth was open.
And it was really hot. I was thirsty. I was like, well, that's not what I thought it would be.
Hydrate.
Yeah.
All right. So, but Pam Knox. So I think that's when Pam Knox highlights that it's the first place she saw Confederate flags fly. I think it highlights the expectant shift that we were seeing, where, okay, it's going from Confederate Klan Hoodville to more progressive, or at least moderate Democratic views. But as a result of the big lie, and Youngkin did a thing where he did the dance, the tightrope walk between being a Trumpianite and trying to be a regular Republican, which is not really much better. But he never denounced the big lie, has never done that, but also never really fully embraced Trump that.
He did embrace it, because this motherfucker said his first rule once he gets in office is to ban critical race theory in preschools, kindergarten to middle schools and high schools. And guess what? They don't teach it. It's an imaginary thing. So the Republicans winning on imaginary shit. They say, hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I saw a bunch of fucking elephants fly. Well, yeah, that's what I heard too. These motherfuckers, fuck them all. Oh my God, I hate. Ugh, fuck y'all. I hate y'all. Welcome to Virginia.
It's like
they all racist cunts.
I don't know. It's like banning stairs on the sidewalk.
Yeah. There's
like,
nothing
there aren't any stairs on the sidewalk.
There's nothing there. They make shit up. Yes, JR. I saw part of the Kaepernick thing. It's pretty decent, a little corny, but at the same time, good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And Queen Bee, yes, I went to Florida and did a show, and yes, I come to Virginia, but I would talk mad shit while I was there.
Yeah.
But I gotta still pay these bills up in this bitch. But the bottom line is he used critical race theory, and now it's gonna give the blueprint for all these other dumb cunt ass idiots that believe this shit is something that it's not, and they're going to use it, and a lot more Republicans going to win in the Congress and Senate, and then I'm gonna borrow Pedro's guns, and I'm gonna go ham on these bitches.
I am not a gun loan shop, just so people know. That's not how guns work. Nobody can borrow my guns.
And I can't have it for just a day.
But all right, so. Yeah, so that's why the eyes are on Virginia, though, is this idea that, okay, if this state flips back to red,
it is going to flip back. It's done. It's a wrap.
In terms of its gubernatorial race, then that could be a benchmark for all these other, kind of borderline states that are in between, MAGA madness and liberal leftism, and and end up going back to the far right. And yeah, like my mother says, they're trying to ban Toni Morrison,
right?
And calling things like that, what do you call it, pornographic material and things.
Pornographic material. Texas schools, Nicole A said, Texas schools are already in the CRT mix. They are taking books off the shelf. So basically,
for having we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like they're trying to ban a passage on critical race theory, like paragraph, book this thick, paragraph this thick. They want to make sure that little razor thin line of semi information gets, because we all know, motherfucker, we went to school, middle school, high school. There was always like one or two, maybe 4 sentences about slavery, and then it was like, and the Elizabethan era kicked in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then the Victorian era. It's like it was all European. It's
almost
history.
Insulting. Like, yeah, there was a few slaves. So who wants some cookies? I mean, it's like they don't even talk.
But without slavery, black people would still be in Africa.
Yeah, and that was it. They're
that's
black
the point.
Pieces of shit. I cannot fucking bet. And Queen Bee, you can talk all the shit you want. You say California's burning. Yeah, so what? Mm-hmm. Virginia is filled with a bunch of backward racist cunts.
Breezy JJ's our resident prophet says Fahrenheit 451. Banning books, next burning.
And right now he's losing.
They were burning books during the Trump era, like it was firewood. Right. So
and now and the thing that they said McCullough fucked up on is because he said, and it was taken out of context, and it was smart of the Republicans in their evil, diabolical way to take what he said and made it look like he said that the parents don't have a say pertaining to what they teach in the schools. And what he said was parents don't have the right to come into the school and take what books they feel out of the curriculum. That's what the fuck was said. But what these dumb majority white folks, and I don't give a fuck no more, are thinking is like, you're not gonna tell me what to do with my kids. Also, y'all the motherfuckers that were attacking teachers, principals, fucking people that worked in the schools because you said they were teaching critical race theory, and the motherfucker said to your face, I saw one of the fucking school meetings, said, we're not teaching that here. It doesn't exist here. and they still do it. So they're going to use that lie, just like the big lie, and this shit is getting on my nerves. And I was watching the fucking footage, and I was watching the coverage, and I was sitting there going every minute, I was like, I'm going to kill somebody. I don't want to. I'm going to kill somebody.
I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
I can feel the kill in my fingers. See my fingertips? Kill, kill, kill. That's what I was feeling. But I'm not going to, because I said this on an open line, and then everybody, as soon as I do kill somebody, it'd be like, well, we know who did it. It was him. It was him.
Yeah, with 75% of the votes in, McAuliffe is still currently down by 200,000 votes. So I don't know if this is a situation like the presidential election where Democrats have, done mail-in and other things that will be counted later, but not looking good in Virginia right now, which means it won't be looking good for the future of America, because these lies, these non-truths are being spun and really influencing, but really stirring up that base, the Republican base, to go out and vote.
The racist Republican base. It's enough. One, I saw somebody on MSNBC that said, enough, Democrats. Go hard to paint. Clown these motherfuckers. Actually shame them. Say the shit that they did. Show the shit that the Democrats did do, like getting needles in arms, that actually got vaccines that get people that die less. All right? How about that? How about the fact that they actually brought poverty up a little bit more than it's ever been for fucking young people, or for young kids and stuff? How about that? The Democrats, you non-messaging motherfuckers, start going hard to paint. I've been saying this shit on the show for about 6 months. I'm sick of you cunts. When I see you in these streets, man, can I just borrow your gun for 1 week? Bro, 1 week, I'll give it back, man.
The Democrats are so bad at messaging that people are actually hitting up the Lincoln Project, which is a Republican entity that is anti-Trump, that is anti-MAGA, and is for, as much, is more for the truth definitely than that far right shit is. And
they go hard to paint.
They go hard to paint, and they don't pull punches, and they make these ads that they hit you in the gut, and people are hitting them up like, could you please teach Democrats how to make ads like this that influence people to make sure that they're, to influence the people to make sure they vote your way, right? Not to be like trying to reach across the aisle and
policy.
People in Virginia are focused on education. The education they're focused on is extinguishing American history and trying to replace it with some, kind of a Puritan version of European occupation of these stolen lands. But whatever. Hey, I'm talking crazy, y'all. So we'll keep our eye. It's not been called yet, but I'm, kind of over here shitting my pants.
You know what? It's over, bro.
You calling it, dog?
Yeah, I'm calling it. You know what? Everybody that's out there sweating, guess what?
All right, check this out. Bro, if you think that means it's over, then I want us all to pay attention to this next story, because if the election results in Virginia don't tell us that shit is over, this certainly will, and will make you ask a question such as this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
Wow.
So QAnon supporters have gathered in Dallas, Texas, guys, in order to not just commemorate the anniversary of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, but mainly they were there because they believe that this was going to be the day that JFK Jr. returned to the public eye. A couple of different theories on it, but that he was either going to return, become president, and choose Michael Flynn as his vice president,
they're
or
just
have Trump reinstated and become Trump's vice president. First of all, I would like to note that JFK Jr., along with his wife and another couple, died in a plane crash in 1999, the year of our Lord. I was in Trinidad at the time watching the story. I just graduated college. Literally one of those things I will never forget. It was 22 years ago.
right.
Okay. These motherfuckers, hundreds, and we'll use it. It wasn't, a thousandaire multitude of orc monkeys, but hundreds showed up believing that JFK Jr. was going to resurface and somehow become Trump's vice president. The son of John Fitzgerald Kennedy,
Well,
who bore the same name, was going to come back to life today or resurface on some Tupac and Cuba shit.
well, why are you surprised?
This ain't even about surprise, dog. This is just like
crazy.
If you think what's going on in Virginia is nuts, let's look at Dallas, bruh. Because these motherfuckers are so desperate for these conspiracies. I keep saying I don't know how to talk to these people. Well, I don't know what you say to somebody that thinks that John F. Kennedy Jr. is still okay. I get it.
Amen.
Plane never found, bodies never found, man. Maybe he flew to Bermuda,
and he's an old man now.
Intergalactic universal portal.
He'd be 102 years old now.
Well, no, not JFK, but JFK Jr. So JFK Jr. he'd probably be like 60 by now or some shit. But
also, Queen Bee, you're right. Saltines think Elvis is still alive. And by the way, I want to say to you, Queen Bee,
they also thought he made his own music.
Yeah, that's true. They also thought he invented rock and roll. But I just want to say this to everybody on here. This is some information that we don't usually put out there, but Elvis is still alive, and he's in that back room back there. He's back there sitting on the toilet.
Junior. JFK Jr. works at the Whole Foods in Arlington.
Yeah, okay. It's just they're making shit up.
Saint him.
Okay, but you and you know what, AJ Fit, you said it right. They are proof you can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid.
Stupidity can.
I mean, because that's the bottom line is this is what we're dealing with. We're looking at basically Virginia. By the way, I'm going to post this as much as I can. Fuck Virginia forever.
We need a fuck Dallas and a fuck QAnon, man.
All right, well, you know what? We will have one by tomorrow.
Say no more. Pam Knox says, "What do you say to anyone in a cult? Nothing." And that highlights my point. I don't know how to communicate then to somebody who believes, not just believes, but actually will show up at the plaza where JFK was assassinated, waiting for his dead son to come back and reinstate Trump. Like this, like beyond Virginia or any election thing, this is the thing to me that means like we are fucked. Like,
oh, it's over. It's over.
Because this ain't one dude that believes. It ain't some motherfucker named Phil. You know what I mean? With an aluminum hat on his head or whatever. I mean, this is, hundreds of people showed up. Tens of thousands.
Okay, but let me ask you this, because I'm
still participating in QAnon.
Okay, when you saw the footage, did you see the footage of it?
Of the rally?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, it definitely looked.
Was it a plethora?
No, it was.
It was people of color.
Well, if you call vanilla or something like that a color, yeah, sure. Like if white is a color, I'm not sure. I think black is defined as the absence of all color or absence of light.
Okay.
And white is the presence of all colors. But
okay, well, you know what?
If you consider white a color, then yes.
You got Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is actually a part of QAnon, and a lot of the stuff that he predicted all has come No, it didn't work. That's right. None of it has happened.
None of it is ever
happened. So we already know that these people are absolutely insane, but you can't just gauge them. You look at the Congress and the Senate that actually agrees with them. If you look at 46% of the public that buys into all of these conspiracies, that Biden's not president, they took my votes. More dead people voted than alive people. A lot of zombies were involved with the fucking thing. And I saw zombies at the voting booths and they were, they make shit up. And we're supposed to just go, well, it's not everybody. Well, obviously it's the majority, because look what's happening in Virginia. The majority of the people that came out and voted, even if we're still waiting on those mail-in ballots, which obviously they should have had voted out now because it was a 45-day window. It's not black folks. It's not black folks fucking up the country. It's not black folks being, now there's a percentage of black folks that are absolutely delusional and absolutely out of their fucking mind. I'm not saying that. But the larger majority of delusion is absolutely positively people that happen to be white.
Bro,
not all white people, but a swath. And I don't use that word swath that often, Pedro, but I used it today. Swath.
And I appreciate that tidbit there. That proper placement of it. All right. Okay, so
here we go.
Here it is.
Proud to be American. Who is that? A new person?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. The
shit we're parroting is hilarious. Yeah, cool. Everybody's parroting, dog. Yeah, proud to be America. You ain't saying nothing original. You probably spitting some, and this is conjecture, but you're probably spitting your right wing points as well. So it's all good. We all got our points. The other day, while working at my restaurant gig, I was serving a private party in our private dining room, hence the private part. And there was a black man in the room amongst a group of white people. And I don't know how they got there, but as I was circulating through the room doing various service functions, this brother was like, man, BLM is a bullshit movement. Like in front of, and then one of the white people was like, that's good. Like it was like a pat on the head, like, good boy, good to say the things we need you to say. And I was just like, oh man. So to your point, yeah, there's some black people out here that ain't on the bus, but
right. No, I'm not. Again, let me be clear. I said a percentage. Make sure you can listen to the words I said, crazy people, because there's a lot of crazy people that are going to be in our feed. We're going to get more and more trolls the bigger we get. And I don't give a fuck. Y'all are crazy. You have proven you're crazy. We got provable lies pertaining to the election, provable lies pertaining to 50 fucking lawyers shot the shit down. Every state shot the shit down. Republicans.
There's over 60. I'm
sorry, 60 court cases. The fucking Republicans that were actually Trump Republicans shot the shit down. And yet we still got this shit going on.
So let's take a stroll down troll lane here. You realize that Proud to be American says, you realize that Republicans have increased their black vote by 50%, right? Increased the Latino and female vote. The party that gained the most white votes is the Democratic Party. Numbers don't lie.
That's not true.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not.
It's not true.
But what I do know is that black people can be racist, and so can Latinos, and women can be as well as women can vote against their own best interests. Hence, any woman that's ever been a part of a white supremacist movement is definitely moving against her own best interests, I believe. So you're citing that, Republicans increased their black voters by 50%.
I'm looking it up now.
But to me, it strictly means that there is a portion of this black country, or a portion of black people in this country, that believe that this GOP trope, this xenophobic, racist bullshit, right? There are black people that don't want Mexicans coming across the border and shit like that. There are Mexicans that don't want Mexicans coming across the border, right? Right. So that's not even a poignant thing to say to me.
Okay.
Like,
well, let me just.
I don't know what your point is. That
okay,
because some black people have gone over to the Republican Party now, the Republicans are right, that they're
Right.
doing the right thing, that they're just and moral because some black people are lost in this thing. Like, nah, bro.
Okay, number one, he did. Okay, the person that's trolling is absolutely full of shit. Okay, bottom line is exit polls show that President-elect Biden winning votes of 57% of women compared to 45% of men. In comparison, Donald Trump won 42% of women's votes and 53% of men's votes.
So
white men. I'm reading it from.
No, I got you. But those aren't the numbers that proud to be American.
Okay. Also, when he said the black vote, that's not true either. He didn't gain 50% more black votes. He gained 3%. 3% is not 50%. So if we're gonna talk shit here, facts matter, motherfucker. I can continue to look up everything that it says pertaining to all of the Gallup polls and the national polls. What
percentage of Republican voters were black before that? If it was 1.5%, then proud to be an American would be right. Then 3% would be a 50% gain. But whatever. All right. So here's the thing. The bottom line of this segment story is that JFK Jr. was never coming back to reinstate Trump or become his vice president or become president. So my point is there is a large enough portion of this country of the Republican MAGA movement that is on some crazy shit, right? Like just
a QAnon, nonsensical, whimsical, made up, unadulterated bullshit. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene, silverback, shoulder wide bitch. We call her whore glider because that's what I call her.
Whore glider.
Yeah, because if she jumped off the building, she could glide just off of her traps.
Gee, I don't know who you are, but you said that would be 100% gain, and you're actually right. I've been drinking. Don't believe me, I'm high. But to go from 1.5% to 3% would be 100% gain. So my math is fucked up, but you know what I mean, bro. Like whatever it is, we're not talking about how many black people flowed over to the Republican side. We're talking about the Republican Party being taken over by a MAGA movement, which is QAnon driven, which is conspiracy heavy, which makes no fucking sense. People showed up in Dallas today expecting JFK Jr. to return.
Let's go on to the next topic.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, but
I just think it's beautiful, you know.
Okay, at the end of the day,
it's like if we showed up in Cuba every year to look for Tupac, I'd be like, nigga, just buy the albums and let it go. Like, come on,
let it go. But I mean, this person we got a couple of new people on the feed, or some of the old people were changing their things, and new people were still making some crazy as cat shit. Bottom line is JFK ain't coming back. QAnon are fucking idiots. And the people that actually support that type of shit, not only support the fact that they believe that Biden is not president and Trump didn't lose. You are a fucktard, and your entire family, if they act like you, are fucktards, and you need to be kicked down some steps head first by a bunch of donkeys.
If you believe that JFK Jr. was returning, we just want to ask.
Motherfucker, say what?
That's it.
That's it.
All right, guys, we're going to move on here. Savage AF is the show. Make sure you guys are following us on all podcast platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Slacker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
And also, when you do subscribe to the YouTube channel,
YouTube page,
make sure that you do this. That's not too bad. And all the crazy people, I see you. I fucking see you.
Yeah.
I see you. I see you.
There. You're right there. That's right. All right, so here we go, man. We kind of had a theme going today. Virginia maybe flipping back to red.
Virginia is going to slip. And again, okay. All right, so
QAnon fucknuts. Think JFK Jr. is coming back to save Trump. All of which leads us to these Ritz on trial. As these Charlottesville very fine people are on trial now. You know, a sort of contentious jury selection process. You know, other fucknuttery going on, but what's being revealed in court are is information about how excuse me, white supremacist groups have always but are currently functioning, which is talk and organization around right-wing death squads. Okay, this was the rhetoric back then.
Right.
And not, you know, not just back then. Obviously, January 6th showed us, you know, another level of it as well. But I think that, you know, what some of these defendants in court over this case are revealing and will be revealing is, you know, a very intricate, organized, and thought out plan of how to do that, how to make it just a bunch of white guys hiling all over America, right?
You know, it's not only that. You got to think about it this way. Look at Charlottesville. The reason that black people have such a high level of paranoia, because you don't even know if your doctor, or if say it's your surgeon or your doctor or someone that really is to save your life is a part of that fucking coalition of people like this. If you're a Jewish person and you happen to get hurt in a car accident, what if the paramedic that's there decides, you know what, want a little bit less Jews, and I'm part of Jews will not replace us. By the way, for the people that act like that didn't happen, it fucking happened. There's footage. They did fucking specials. There's a whole bunch of shit pertaining to that. So if you're a Jewish person or you're a person of color, you got to understand when you look at Charlottesville and the fact the president called them, and I'm going to use the air quotes, very fine people.
He said there are very fine people on both sides.
But that's still saying that there's very fine people that are Nazis. That no, Nazis aren't very fine people. These people that do this high Hitler shit.
Neither are people who side with Nazis.
And people who side with Nazis. There's none of that. It's
or whatever you want to call them. Nazis, MAGA, KKK, white supremacists, neo-Nazi. I mean, again, there's nothing neo about Nazi. It's the same old Nazis doing neo shit. But
and I know
it's the same idea.
The reason that they're on trial right now, the reason that black people, brown people, and white sensible people with actual thumbs in reality are scared that these motherfuckers could walk, because we're looking at what's happening with January 6th. A lot of people are walking that should not be walking, that should not be on house arrest. You fucking attacked a police officer. You smeared feces on the wall in the fucking Capitol. Why are you at home on house arrest? These people that actually, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, for the people in the feed, these people that were marching, Jews will not, they were saying Jews will not replace us, and blood, and I think it was blood and soil, which is something that the Nazis said back in the day. All right. There was a mixed couple that happened to be trying to walk away from it. These men jumped them and beat the shit out of them. No reason to attack them in any way, shape, or form. These same people.
I saw Higher Learning. I know how it goes down.
Yeah, well, yes. So this is what's going on. And so how do you, and all the people that want to troll our show and say, how do you justify this kind of mentality? It's a multicultural fucking country. It's not your country.
Yeah.
You didn't even build half the shit. You didn't build hardly any of the shit. There were slaves that built this shit. There was the Asians that built the railroad, a majority of the railroad. There was black people that worked on the White House to make the White House, the same place, the Capitol that you attacked. There was Jewish people that helped in this country. And yet, Pedro, these are the motherfuckers we're supposed to have empathy or sympathy for.
Meanwhile, PTBA, I'm just going to call him, says the president, who is not the president anymore, you meant former, explicitly condemned the Nazis and white nationalists. I'd never heard anything explicit out of his mouth.
It wasn't explicit.
I watched the man talk a lot. And
he talks out the two sides of his mouth. 1 minute he says,
trust me,
proud boys, stand back and stand by. And then the next thing he says, well, yeah, I guess I don't. No, I don't like nothing.
But I will say PTBA does say nobody is condoning that shit. Racists are pieces of shit. It's not a hard concept. But it is for some PTBA. It really is. For some people, racism is a thing they believe in, right? They're proud. For them, proud to be an American means being racist, means protecting the white man's air from nigger spicks, woks, Jews, all that shit, right?
It means it. Don't you know what it means? And it means back in this orange cunt stick. It means back in this incompetent, incoherent, 2 times impeached, disgraced fucking president that obviously is corrupt and planned to overthrow the motherfucking democracy that you're so proud of. That actually happened, bitches.
I don't understand what very fine people were walking with Nazis and racists. Like, who is the very fine person that is walking alongside torch-bearing Jews will not replace us chanting?
That actually happened, people.
Cracker monkeys. Who are the very fine people,
right?
That are just walking along that, like, oh, I don't feel like that, but I'm with them. Like, I don't know who those very fine people are. So
wait, what is that? A parade? Hey, no, people, no. These motherfuckers were actually fighting people. They had shields, they had weapons. Some people had guns. One person decided, you know what? I don't want these other people protesting. And it wasn't a riot; it was protest. It was a peaceful protest that this motherfucker drove through, hitting multiple people. And killing one, absolutely killing one. So
and that's what this trial is. It's around that murder.
It's around that murder. It was a murder, flat out. It wasn't like, well, I was just expressing my rights. No,
my charger needed to express his Hemi.
Exactly, and it's just bullshit. When you look at the footage, there was documentary after documentary. The Black Lives Matter and quote unquote Antifa was not the ones making it pop off initially. No. They responded, but they didn't make it pop off. It was fucking white supremacists and white nationalists and Nazis.
No, these dudes are hiling. They are hiling.
Okay.
I don't know. So please don't tell me that, racism isn't here, that, it's not hard to understand it. Like, no, people, this country it is in the very DNA of this country.
And by the way,
it's not going anywhere.
But Virginia forever. All right.
All right, y'all. We should probably move on and head toward the close of the show. As we do that, guys, you know what we're about to do. It's that time in the show.
It happens.
We're gonna pop it off. A little something like
that.
Yeah.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Where in the hell is Pedro?
Hey,
there he is. I was like, where the fuck you go?
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. So this is
positive.
This is a sliver of light, sliver of hope. Should be for most of us. I'm sure for some, this might bring out a whole other thing, but I just learned that this coming Sunday, and I think it's for one day only. Let me convey that, but I'm calling this the First Black Tour. Okay, who is the first black?
The first black. Wait a minute. The first black tour.
The Obamas, right? Like,
no, I thought it was these
I don't even know who that
rappers.
Is. I have no idea who that is. All right. No, I am talking to you about your first black president and first black first lady, Barack and Michelle Obama. Their presidential portraits were historic, not just because of the color of their skin, but because of the styled presentation, the color itself in those portraits that were done. And I just found out today that those portraits are going to be on tour, right?
Right.
Those portraits are going to be on tour, and living a block away from LACMA, which is the Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
Right.
They are going to be there on Sunday. And when I tell you I'm fuck football, okay, I've done a story already. There are a million things to do on a Sunday besides watch the fucking NFL, okay? Stop watching that racist cracker factory. And I'm going to get my ass up and go to LACMA to see my first black president, my first black first lady portraitized, the actual portraits presented here at LACMA, man. And I'm excited about it. The pieces themselves are beautiful. But you know, and my family's always been into art. You know, grew up in museums and at art shows and openings. But these are pieces that I am truly, truly, truly excited to see. Not just the imagery, but the history as well, right? Like to be able to, I want to be able to stand in the same room as these pieces. I need to do it. I will be going to do it. That being said, I encourage all of you guys to look it up, right? To find out if and when the Obama portraits are going to be in your town. I hope they come to a town near you, and if they do, please get your ass up
and go see it.
Turn off your fucking football game or whenever it's gonna be in your town, and go see the Obamas portraitized in real life, and soak that in. Get that in, y'all.
Soak that in.
Culture. It's called culture.
Culture. I wish I was in town. I'll be out of town, but you know, hopefully I get back in town in time to check it out because I'll be home for 3 days. So also I want to address Proud to be American. I'm the other fool. What did I say that was wrong? Proud to be American. What did I say was wrong about MAGA? What did I say was wrong about
whatever?
About what did I say? See, you can't say that I said anything wrong about Charlottesville. You can't say anything said about the Nazis, white nationalists, what the president, former twice impeached, loser, lost the election president. I didn't say anything wrong. So when you call me a fool, it's just what you guys do. You're used to fucking these people that roll over and show their tummy and you fucking rub their belly. I'm not one of those motherfuckers. So
you got plenty of time to check this out.
Okay.
You got plenty of time. It's going to be November 7th until January 2nd. So through the new year here in LA, we'll be able to. I'm going, but I want to go day one, and then I might go every week after that just to pay homage. But all right, so here we go.
Yeah,
that's me for today. That's my Black Pedro pop-in. The Obamas are coming to town in portrait, in painting, and I encourage you all to get that slice of inspiration and get a little bit of art and culture.
A little bit of art and culture.
There we go, y'all.
Yeah, let me take down this Proud to be Americans bullshit. It was because it was bullshit. I didn't say anything wrong that he could say he debate with. He wants to debate with you, Pedro, because he says you seem like you have more sense. But you're a centrist. But if you're a centrist, even centrists get on my fucking nerves now because how much more overt fucking bullshit do you need to see pertaining to voter registration, voter restriction, redistricting? These are all facts, fucks.
Well, proud to be an American. I see here he says he's a registered Dem who refuses to vote. Then there really is no point in debating with you because if you don't participate in the voting process, no matter how you feel about it, like, and I've said this on the show, I feel like you're a new voice to our show, but so maybe you haven't heard this from me before, but if you don't participate in the voting process, you can't complain about it, right? Like you have to test the system out. You have to go vote. And then you can say, oh, this was bullshit or whatever. But if you refuse to vote, then you're really just not in the process at all. And like there's no reason for us. There's no reason for me to debate with you. If you didn't vote, if you didn't participate in this thing, then it's you know that's just it.
Well,
like
I'm
you're just a spectator that knows nothing.
Let me put it this
game.
way: if you didn't participate, I can't reciprocate. Bars. By the way. Welcome to Virginia. They're all racist cunts. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna post that on all my shit. By the way, again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you give us a like, a thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't mind thumbs down. It doesn't bother me. I do stand up for a fucking living.
But participate, vote, y'all. Vote on the show. Don't just come in and talk
vote
shit.
on the show.
You ain't put in on this. Come on.
And I just want to say, proud to be American. I see what you're saying. But guess what? There wasn't nothing I said wrong about Charlottesville. There wasn't a fucking thing I said wrong. There was a woman killed. There were racists that were beating people up. That's a fact. They were marching saying Jews will not replace us, blood and soil. What all racist bullshit. What the fuck are you talking about?
The behavior was highly suspicious. Highly suspicious.
Yeah, see? By the way,
fun for your ass.
Fuck Virginia again.
All right, y'all. So all right, we're gonna get out of here as we do. Give it to him, Shane.
But it's gonna be. I'm gonna do it very calm. But this is my shame for today.
Give it to him.
Wow. Let me tell you something. The reason I say we are doomed because lies win again. It seems like the lies that were used in Virginia about critical race theory, saying that it's being taught in schools when it's not being taught in schools, to say I'm going to ban something that doesn't exist is part of the reason that we are doomed. We are doomed. We are doomed. And no matter how much we try to act like we can hit them with the truth, it's just bouncing off their ass. They do not give a fuck. They are just like, yeah, so what? I mean, this is what's happening right now. The Republicans, the right wing, and the people that are buying into the big lie are actually fucking us over. And the world is fucking losing. We're going down, people. We're going down. It is so bad that the fact that we are doomed, the fact that we actually have people that are flat out saying lies, the people that are running on lies, there are people that are saying something that is unequivocally a lie about critical race theory is because they're using the fucking same Pavlov's dog fucking response by ringing the racist fucking bell. And that's what's happening. And that's why we're in the position that we're doomed. We are so doomed because black people have become fucking just exhausted with trying to explain their shit to you. White people that are good people are exhausted with the whole fact that they don't want to ever be labeled racist or a Trumpist or anything like that. And the fact that Virginia, I don't know what the vote is yet right now, but it looks like pretty much we lost, and we might lose in Jersey too. White people are motivated by racial issues more than they are actual, real fucking issues. Not all white people. Racist, racially biased white people. So if that's the case, and we can't turn it around with reality, if half the fucking country, 46% of the country's delusional, what they saying?
No, Pam Knox hitting hard. So proud to be an American has been asking for a call-in number, not realizing that this isn't WKRP in Cincinnati or whatever.
No, he can call it.
But Pamela Knox said, call 8675309. I see what you did, Pam Knox. I see what you did, girl.
And proud to be American. But no, we welcome dissension, but we don't welcome flat out bullshit. So all I'm gonna say is that if we don't turn this around, if the Democrats don't go harder in the paint on the 2022 election, we are doomed. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't see it. I don't see us. We are just gonna be in trouble. I'm just gonna tell you right now, we are in trouble. I don't know who's won. Are you in front of a television?
We no, they you know, I don't think they'll be able to call this tonight. Also, it looks like Minneapolis voters were voting tonight and reject a measure to replace the police department. So About 76,000 to 58,000 votes. No to yes. So citizens in Minneapolis have voted to not replace the police, to keep the police department as it is. Not a surprise to me. But other than that, I'm not seeing any calls on New Jersey or Virginia.
Right.
This could be a situation where,
it's a couple days.
Democratic voters, maybe they did absentee and mail-in stuff. So, hopefully, more results will come in late. But
right.
There are other numbers for you to call PTBA. We have 877 cash now. We can get you your payments in a lump sum there for you.
Also, you can call 777-9311. That's the time.
I still like Pam Knox coming with the 867-5309. That's that's one of those like rock and roll songs. Like I could
867-5309.
I could never tell you who sings that song or wrote it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the lyrics other than that, the chorus or whatever.
No, I know.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
There was a woman that I met and she was fine. 867-5309.
Get him with it, Shang.
Yeah, but I was thinking 777-9311. That's the bird. That's the time.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, but and anybody wants, and if you want to have a debate with Pedro, because I'll end up just calling your names. You're right. I'm a child. I will end up calling your names because every time you say some shit that's not correct, I'm gonna go, shut up, cunt. Shut up, you cunt. I will. I know I will. I'm a child.
Cunt.
You fucking cunt. That's not true. Yeah, every time you say something, I'm gonna call you a fucking cunt. But no,
New Jersey is close.
New Jersey's close, but I know it's a close thing. But this is Savage AF. We do this. I'm going to be doing this from Tacoma because I leave to go to Tacoma tomorrow. I'll be doing a winery tomorrow, even though I don't drink wine. I'll be performing in a winery in Tacoma. Tacoma. I'll be in Tacoma tomorrow. So we're going to wrap this up. But I wanted to say, I don't know if you got the part, but I hope you did get it. That would be cool. Then you go on a real black tour with these three brothers. I don't know if they even who the fuck they are. By the way, before we close out, fuck Virginia forever.
Forever and ever and ever.
And so make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow @Black Pedro. Boom, right there it is. And follow @Comedian Shang on the IG. We got to build the IG up. We want to build the subscribers up. For the people that don't like the show, and as you say, it's a visceral response that you get from us because you feel that we're fools or whatever else. Please tell your friends. They can jump on too and call us names. And
yay, everybody.
And debate. But I'm gonna let you know, our audience will go hard to paint at you.
We have a minister of defense. We have Lady Hazel May is our sergeant at arms. AJ Fitt is just our arms, you know what I mean? Like that. Right. So yeah, we go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. And we don't go forever though, so that's today's show.
That's today's show, and we're gonna have our own chant. Trolls will not replace us. You motherfuckers. I will be in Tacoma, Washington, doing shows at the Tacoma Comedy Club. Yes. I'll be at the Tacoma Club all this week. And also doing some other shows. If you're in the Tacoma area, hit me up on my IG, inbox me, and I'll get you some free tickets to come out. Then after that, I will be I just want to let them know, Pearland, Texas, and Houston, Texas. Not really want to go. I'm not excited about going, but I'm going to go do a show down there. Then I'll be in Austin, Texas. And then I will be in San Antonio, Texas. So if you guys happen to be in the area, you want to come hear me do some shows or just call me a fool or whatever else, please come out. I will talk to you tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with @Black Pedro. I keep saying @Black Pedro because I want y'all to add, follow
IG
on the IG, and we will be back at you. And one last word from the inevitable, the incredible advice that Pedro's going to give.
Guys, I want you to keep your family close. Okay? Mm-hmm. I want you to keep your enemies even closer. Mm-hmm. I want you to keep your finger out your nose, guys. All right?
That's it. That's
it right there.